right, good afternoon, Power Over Parkinson's. This is Bobby Hand coming to you live from VCU Health and the VCU Parkinson's and Movement Disorder Center. So I'm a licensed physical therapist, and I also serve as the Movement Disorders Program Coordinator here at VCU. Just before we get into this video, I literally just made one doing this same routine in a sitting position. So this allows for people to kind of mix and mingle depending on what intensity is appropriate for them. If you have to make modifications, that's okay. If you need a little bit more guidance on how to do the maneuvers, reference that video in a seated position because I went a little slower, left a little bit more time for breaks or pauses. This routine I'm going to try and go through a little bit quicker so it's more of a follow-along workout. So the goal of this exercise routine right now is to focus on shoulder mobility, postural positioning, and a little bit of that piece where you have to not only get there, but remember how to stay in that position as you're moving your body in space. Because how often do we just sit like this? No, we want good posture as we're walking, as we're moving, as we're sitting. So everything right now is going to get you going. It's more of a full body workout with that focus being on the core, the trunk, and then the arms. So for this routine, let's see, I've got a weighted exercise bar, a dumbbell, and an exercise band. So it helps to have these things. If you don't have them, you can substitute a cane, a broomstick, a walker for support, but a cane or a broomstick for the exercise bar. The dumbbell could be a can of vegetables, a water bottle filled with water, or stuff it with sand or something like that. And then the exercise band, you can use a pillowcase or bed linens, something that just forces you to keep your shoulders engaged as you're pulling something apart. It's just nice when it's a stretchy band because it gives you a little bit more feedback. So I'm going to set this off to the side and let's get started. All right, gonna roll it out. We'll start with some shoulder rolls here. I didn't do this fully in the first one. Nice. Big forward. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm shifting my weight constantly as I'm doing this. Now backwards, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A couple head rolls, clockwise and counterclockwise. Go one more to each side. Good. Shake it out. Palms up. We're going to do arm circles forward. 5 of them. 3, 4, 5. 5 a little bigger. 2, 3, 4, 5, even bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch and backwards. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Shake it out. Now lean and up and over. Pat yourself on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now you're going to give yourself a nice bear hug. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And grabbing that exercise band. Nice wide stance. Pull the band apart, elbow straight, up and overhead. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, losing that, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Shake it out. Now, single arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and switch sides. So if you've ever worked with me, probably never did sets of 10, but it's just easier for me to try and count this while we're going. 4, 5, 6. I usually do between 5 and 8 reps, so we can keep the intensity there. So I'll put a little bit more weight to it to make you do less of them. Good. And relax. Okay, now give you a chair if you need it. So we're going to practice doing our press up and down. So this is too easy because you can use your legs. Try holding one leg up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If that was too easy, scoot your feet out. Just lower your butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. All right, feel free to do a second set there. Now, where's my dumbbell? Okay. Assuming you've got dumbbells at home, this would be great. We're gonna practice swing, catch, press. So we're gonna stick all on one side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can stick your arm out to steady yourself. 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Back to this side. Now we're going to move the feet a little bit. So when you go to press, I want you to punch the opposite foot forward and the same side back. If you need help, there's another video on the Pop channel. Ready? Clean, recover. Clean, recover. You see, I do a lot of plyometric type exercises, and we can even do the same exercise routine to routine, but with a different focus. I'm doing this to help with your reactive balance, excuse me, or freezing or stepping or turning. Maybe I focus more on the feet. Right now, I'm really trying to punch with all my effort and keep my core engaged. I mean, you should do that anyway, but whew. All right, let's try for 8. 1, 2, nice posture. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now for the next one, a row, what looks like starting a lawnmower. Go ahead, hold on here. Again, kind of similar to what we've done in the past, but this time, instead of rocking and pulling up, I want your back to be flat, so I come rest my water on you like a tabletop. Good. Trying to pull the elbow straight up to the ceiling, pinching the shoulder blade. 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch. Same thing. 8 more on this side. I'm going to come a little bit closer, poke my butt out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put it back to the first side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch. Last one. 1, 2. So it's a bent over dumbbell row. Three more. 1, 2, 3. Relax. Now, I showed a modification in the seated video, but I want to see if you can challenge yourself here. So if you've got that broomstick or cane in your hands, get a nice wide grip, feet nice and wide, chest up tall, and punch up. So you can keep your eyes fixed where the wall and the ceiling meet. 2, 3. So this is an overhead squat. 4. Use your momentum to get up. 5. Squeeze your butt. 6. So it's a squat, but it takes a lot of shoulder activation, and your core needs to work pretty hard to hold this position. 2 more. 1, 2. And relax. Little water break. You could also substitute the overhead squat like we just did, or keep it. Single arm, the dumbbell overhead. We're going to practice lunging. So I'm gonna do 10 reps, my right arm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing, eyes fixed on a target, ear to bicep. 3 more. And switch. So you can do it with the opposite foot, and that gives you a nice wide base of support. I think it challenges me a little bit more to do the same side. 5 more. 2, 3. Don't be afraid to use your own hand to feel, are you really keeping everything tight? Or are you letting all your muscles kind of... All right. The last one is we've incorporated it into a number of other exercises here. But we're gonna practice a push press. So pulling out that broomstick or cane. Now we're gonna practice dip, punch, and catch. And actually that was more of a push jerk, but who's counting? So dip, push, stand tall. So pull your head back, punch up, and push through. 6, good. 7, 8, 9, 10, good. Relax, a couple shoulder rolls. Nice deep breaths. Now for this one, we're not gonna dip when we catch the bar. So we're just gonna go down, up, down, up. So you can keep pace for 10. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now in this routine, I saved this piece for last because I wanted you to be fully warmed up before we get down onto the floor. Now, I'm going to demonstrate floor exercises first. Follow along if it's appropriate. If not, link back to the previous video and we got these same exercises in a seated position. So let me adjust the camera real quick. Okay. Use a chair to get down to the floor using an exercise mat. You can do this on the bed if your mattress is firm enough. But we're going to practice rocking back and coming up. So this is a power move, Parkinson Wellness Recovery, up. So we're rocking back and squeeze up. Really not comfortable on the floor. Rock back and up. So I'm going to cheat. Okay. I'm a baby. Okay. Rock back. Spring up. Good. Squeeze those shoulders as tight as you can. So we're going to do 6 like this. Down, back, forward, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. And 6. Good. Now, I like to just skip to this next one usually, so that kind of incorporates the rock. So we'll do our power twist, also demonstrated in an individual video. Reach, down, 1, 2, 3, reach, down, up, 1, 2, 3. So see if you can keep pace if you're following along, and I'll show you progression before we start that. So it would be down, up, step, and then you can recover, or step and do this kind of step through, back down. All right, here we go. 5 aside. Down, up, 1, 2, 3, step, step. It's 1. Reach, down, up, 1, 2, 3, step, step, 2. One, 2, 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. 2, 3. 5. Remember, this can be your finish, or just try and lift your knee up slightly. 6. 7. 2, 3, 8. 9. 10. And relax. So, it's pretty clear that some of these exercises were demonstrated more challenging than others. Whew. That one's tricky, especially when you pick up the speed. Do not hesitate to combine seated exercises, standing, floor-based, whatever's most appropriate for you. There's a way to make it challenging and specific to your needs in all those positions. I can do this workout in a seated position at a very high intensity. I can do it in standing and kind of just muddle through the motions. So just give a full effort as you go through it. Whew, and like I said in the last one, don't be discouraged if there were any moves that you could not complete, okay? So the goal here, at least when I'm working with someone in therapy, is to find that point where you can't quite do something, because then that gives us a goal to work toward. If you could do everything, then you wouldn't need me, and I wouldn't have a benefit in working with you. So remember, we're trying to push you to the most ridiculous, whether it's standing up on your own, or running, skipping, jumping, and all that other fun stuff. Okay, so everything's individualized, but these exercises all have their place depending on the person. So those exercises really got my shoulders warmed up. I can feel my cores engaged, my posture. Hopefully it wasn't too bad throughout that video. I can check the game tape later. But in the meantime, really think about how well did you keep that nice vertical posture while you were doing the different exercises? Did you round your shoulders or slump your head? So not only do we need to teach you to get in this position, but maintain it. So that dual tasking, or interference training, as it's sometimes described, that'll be addressed in a future video. So that idea of being able to do 2 or 3 things at once. Sometimes it takes so much focus just to sit up straight that we can't do something else at the same time. That's where these exercises come in as a base, kind of a foundation, and then the dual task exercises, if they're appropriate, come in later. Those are most safe, I should say, when performed with in a supervised setting with a therapist beside you. But I'm going to give you some examples of how you can at least train your brain with the movements. So like I said, way back at the start and a few minutes ago, a combine the seated and standing exercises. Hopefully this was a nice flow for you. You're able to take breaks as needed and ultimately just get a good workout and keep yourself busy during this time. So these exercises are helpful now and hopefully helpful down the road. All right, everyone. See you in the next one.